All right, everyone, here we go. It's an all signs reading. Doesn't matter what your sign is. Straight up energy reading. This is Mars in Virgo. Let's cut the deck here real quick. You know what? I'm not going to cut the deck. I'm going to shuffle for the pre-shuffle real quick. I haven't done it yet. I'm lazy today. It's Father's Day, right? I'm a father. I got a bird. I'm a bird dad. That counts. Right? I'm going to shuffle for the pre-shuffle. I tell you, this runs from about, well, the energy's here now, but it runs from about Tuesday right up through about August 6th, which is just before Lionsgate on August 8th energy. It sort of bleeds into the Lionsgate energy, which causes Lionsgate this year, it draws a line in the sand of some sort. I haven't figured out exactly what yet. But basically, for you, this Mars energy, Mars in Virgo, on the plus side, it makes you very accurate. It makes you very good with researching things and all of that, right? On the downside, and I think this is how it might affect the DM side, I'm not sure, it has the potential to be bogged down with overthinking, or its evil cousin over planning. It could be a little of that too. But really, it's about accuracy. It's about getting things right. And my issue with, so keep that in mind, we'll get back to you later, but my issue with that, with the incoming energy, is there's a lot of times the DMs in this cycle, which are primarily the runners in this particular cycle, that fire energy, that King of Wands type, seem to want to wait for the right time to approach, or the right time to figure something out. And this energy is only going to enhance that a little bit. But we'll see. We'll see. So on the pre-shuffle side, what you would have seen had you tuned in, and that tried to jump out twice while I was shuffling, by the way, that's the World card. The most powerful card I can pull. Let's look at it together. The Two of Pentacles. And the Four of Pentacles. And the Hierophant. I don't see a lot of resistance here. Five of Wands, and I got communication with the Page of Wands. That's as far as I can go, bookending the world. I've got somebody here who's got something very big to say, but they're doing an awful lot of overthinking on it. An awful lot of overthinking. But to them, somebody's got something very big, the Hierophant, they won't say to you. Okay? In this energy, I think they do, but there's a lot of, I mentioned the overthinking, or its evil cousin over planning, but yeah, I get a lot of overthinking here. Could be over planning. I don't know. Let's shuffle the deck. First card out's before the cuts. Why the fuck are we here? Let's see where we're at. Overall, it's a good energy, especially if you're trying to do something. It's very accurate. You know, you're almost, our discernment is kicked up a bit in this energy. You're almost like a demanding customer. You might become a demanding customer in this energy. It is possible, especially with the surrounding energies that are around it. All right, card before the cut. Why the fuck are we here? So, whoa. Hold on, it flew on the floor. There it is. I put it back. It's the Ten of Wands. It flew out, landed on the floor just like that. I put it there. Underneath it is an Ace of Wands. That's not surprising. Yeah, I mean, somebody here is putting pressure on themselves that they don't have to. All right? It's a lot of when I have the Ten of Wands with the Ace of Wands, you know, granted this breaks to an Ace of Wands, but in this context, in the context of this energy, it's a lot of fits and stops, right? Oh, they think they got it. They think they know what they want to say. They get about halfway to your house. Oh, I need to talk about, you know, it's like that. All right, we'll see what comes after the cut. All right, what do we get? What's going on? What? Come on now. What is wrong with me today? Yeah, the Page of Pentacles. Again, somebody very careful about what they're saying. Too careful, right? This is someone who's worried about every word they're going to say, maybe making notes, making a script. It's communication, not Page of Pentacles. Somebody's inexperienced about saying this. They want to make sure they get it right. It's a big deal to them. I already told you that from the pre-shuffle. And again, a lot of fits and stops. They want to make sure they get it right. They're worried they don't. And when we get like this, you know, that we can come and stop and fits and stops and fits and stops. This is the same energy applies to you. This is a bit of a cautionary tale for you in this energy, all right? Don't get bogged down with overthinking or over planning. And you'll be fine. You'll thrive in this energy. But they're not here. Somebody here attached to you is not here to hear me say that. And I don't think they'd believe me even if they were. I'll be honest. I don't think they would. Let's go. Let's pull ourselves a reading. It's a general reading. It may or may not resonate with you, but if the title brought you in here or you found Steve Love Tarot, you're here for a reason. This reading is timeless. Whenever you find it, you're meant to find it. I'm not a fucking Time Lord. Stretches from about now, like I said, till about Lionsgate. All right, Lionsgate, something going on this year with that. Last year it wasn't any big deal, and I said that. I told you that, and I was right. It wasn't any big deal. This year there's some kind of, it's another one of those lines in the sand things. We'll see what happens when we get there. Interestingly enough, I mentioned Lionsgate. When I first picked up this deck to put it on the table for the reading, it had the strength card originally at the bottom. So, it is what it is. All right, and then I cut the deck and then I hit record. But yeah, 2 cups. Overall energy of this reading, 2 cups, 2 soulmates coming together at an Ace of Cups. Look, it's a new beginning. It's a big deal to somebody. All right. I think this happens out of the blue. That's what the Knight of Wands is talking about. It also could be somebody who was once a player. I know the kids love that word, right? Could be somebody who showed up and then left, thought you were nothing, and now they coming back. I don't know, whatever it is. This is 2 of Cups crossed by the Ace of Cups as an overall energy. It's a reading worth staying tuned for. I know I will. Of course, probably a good thing that I do, because, if I don't stay tuned, we fucked, right? Because nobody here to pull anything. Right here's the energy around your connection. Right here's the 3D energy around whoever this is. All right, it's a soulmate. It's a strong soulmate, I'll tell you that. But it's somebody who may have fucked you over at some point. Well, happens all the time. It's especially, the more powerful the soul connection, the more hurt you get, right? If some stranger calls you an asshole, you're not as hurt as somebody you truly love deeply calling you a fucking asshole, right? It's a bit of that. That's a 3D example of what I'm saying. Anyway, here's the 3D energy around this person. Here's their soul. Here's the hidden energy. Let me get that off the table. Here's the hidden energy, message from the universe, read with the energy of connection. Right here's the potential final outcome. I say potential because I cannot predict free will. Nobody can. I'll clarify everything, throw some universe cards at the end, and you bet your sweet asses there's going to be an extended. There should be a couple of links at the top of the description. If, capital I, capital F, you want it, it's there for you. Right? All right, let's see where we go. All right, let's see. Energy around your connection. So far, I got 2 cups and 2 cups and a prick. Okay, cool. All right, what do we get here? Energy around your connection. Yeah, the Fool. It's a new beginning. Well, I just said, new beginning in love from this prick. Whoever it is, I don't know. It feels like a prick to me. You call it a player, I call it a prick, right? It is what it is. Okay, the Fool. It feels like a very love them and leave them kind of energy, right? Or if it's a family member or friend, prick in this case would be somebody who always has to be right. And they leave before you get a chance to tell them they're wrong. Right? Okay. 3D energy around this person. The Hermit. This is weird. The Hermit indicates, it's a strong soul connection, yes. But the Hermit, it's better. I wish I had the picture of it off the Witch's Tarot, which we're going to clarify with. It's a bit of a, somebody's trusting, somebody who maybe normally wouldn't, under normal circumstances, is trusting in fate a little bit. I don't know why. Somebody is. Somebody's trusting. The Hermit in the Witches is almost like a Fool card where he's on the edge of a cliff and he's got the lantern. He knows he's perfectly safe. He knows that nothing bad's going to happen. Somebody here is trusting in fate a little bit. Now, it's not something, it's very out of character for them. Okay? Which, if they're surrounded by player type energies, really, I spend 5 minutes with these people and I'm gone. I'm sure a lot of you do too. It's not compatible energy. You want to have deep conversation and you're in a room with a bunch of idiots, you want to get out of that room, as a 3D example. Right. Okay. Trusting in fate, are you? Wow. Okay. Soul energy is here. Their soul bookends the Fool. 8 of Cups. Yeah, this is definitely somebody who walked away. Thought you were 8 broken cups. They were a real asshole to you, maybe. Right? Oh, you're not Steve Viewer, they're nothing. Fuck that. Yeah, you were something. Again, it could be a friend or family. I don't have a lot of banging here. It might be. It can be. I'm just saying it's not primarily focused on banging. Virgo with very practical energy, so this could be working something out with a friend or a family member or something like that. It could be. You'd know by the level of asshole they were and how it made you feel. It would make you feel really bad. All right, I will put it that way. It's not somebody who barely, I didn't care about that, Steve. No, it's probably you're thinking about the wrong person. right? I don't control who comes in here. It is who it is. Hidden energy, message from the universe. What's the fickle old gal got to say? Somebody asked me, I say that all the time, somebody asked me what fickle meant. Well, you could Google it, or I could just be your dictionary for you. It means changeable, right? It means somebody, they like one thing one minute, then another thing another minute. The universe is like that. It changes on a dime. And that's what jams up most people, right? Out there in the world. Everybody, doesn't matter. Soulmate cycle, societal energies, whatever. Is they're behaving like person A in energy A, and everything's going great. But then the energy changes to C or D or even B, and they're still behaving as person A, and that's out of tune. It doesn't work, and then things start going wrong. If things start going wrong for you, you're just in the wrong energy. You got to figure out what the surrounding energy is and tune into that, right? Change a little bit. You got to be a little fickle too. You got to be changeable in a changeable universe, right? That's why I do the energy weather updates. Tell you about the surrounding energies, or my monthly write-ups, either or. All right. Fickle old gal here. Changeable old gal. Here we go. Eight of Wands. Yeah. Coming. Incoming. Somebody walked away. It always pairs with this a little bit too. I love the segue it does here. Somebody walked away, coming back. We got a communication. We got I don't want to use that word, but we've got a useful chat coming. I'll put it that way. A useful chat. I like this. I like this. Hold on. Let me adjust my chair a little bit. You thought I was going to say something else, didn't you? Well, no, it's just my chair. All right, potential final outcome. It's red with the Hermit, but my eye keeps going to this. So Hermit, Eight of Wands, and well, it's about right. There's two cards that want to come out. Okay, I'm going to take them both. All right, I took a peek. The first one is the Seven of Pentacles, and the other one is the Magician. You wouldn't have wanted, it's very simple. This is your final outcome. And it's a message from the universe. You wouldn't have wanted to talk to this person before, okay? Before they got their shit together, before they figured something out. They have definitely figured something out. This saying that this is actually a very useful conversation, fruitful conversation that can bring about a lot of change in the dynamic between you and this person. A lot of positive change. I'm not picking up anything where you tell them to fuck off. You know, sometimes I'll pull the energy and it'll be like, oh, I don't think you're interested. I think you're very interested here. Okay? Now, I will remind you, because if both sides are overthinking, we fucked. Right? I will remind you, overthinking is a danger in this energy. It's a negative. Over-planning, overthinking, whatever. So they're probably overthinking it. So make sure you're not as well. Make sure you're kind of laid back in this energy. Try to be as laid back as you can. All right? It's just a tip. Do what you want to do. I just talked to you about fickle energy, changeable, right? That's the kind of energy it is. If you're not laid back, if you're rigid, that's how you end up. And I don't want you, I mean, I love that you're topless, but I don't want you to end up out there. All right, here we go. Let's go, the Fool. Why is it here? Let's clarify with the witches. Let's do it. Oh, man, I am having trouble shuffling today. What the fucking hell is going on? Okay, it wanted, Ten of Wands reversed. You saw it. I pulled it out. It flipped while I was shuffling. Oh my God. Bottom of the deck is Temperance. What's with that? Why that? What? That's in the Four of Cups. Again. Okay, I could put it this way. Someone who was difficult before is going to be very pliable, very easy in this energy, very changeable in this energy. All of a sudden, they want you. All of a sudden, it's just bridging energy. The Eight of Swords. Yeah. Somebody here, again, tendency to overthink a little bit, but somebody who was afraid is not afraid. That's the bridging energy with the Fool. A fool's a leap of faith, right? You just take the leap of faith. I don't think, they're not even giving it any consideration. They're just taking the leap of faith. That's unreal. Oh, wow. And you know what? I was going to pull one more, right? I put it out there while I was talking. I said, why? Okay, why are they just going for it? Why are they not stuck in Eight Swords? And what do I get? I get the very card I was talking to you about around this one. It's the Hermit from the Witches. Look at that. Why am I your third favorite? Why did I get downgraded from your second to your third? That's another question. But what the hell? Oh, that hurts. Ow. It's Mother's Day. Right? Come on, I'm Flem's dad. What the hell? It's the Hermit right there on the edge. That's why. Because they just... For some reason, I pick up, correct, it might help you figure out who this is. This is a person who's normally not very talk about fate or trust in the universe always has my back, its timing is perfect, right? That mantra I have you chant all the time, right? This person's acting way out of character. That's why. Something about this energy. Well, let's find out why this energy is here. Where'd it come from, right? The Hermit. Let's go. Let's see. All right. Now I'm your third favorite? Is that that's what the energy says? What the hell? I mean, I'm like doing magic tricks with these cards sometimes. Even I'm blown away. I'm my own third favorite. I won't lie to you. But I'm just teasing you. It's always a fun little gag. All right, here we go. The Hermit. Why is it here? I could be your 10th favorite. I don't care. Let's see where we're at. I've got the love of a good eclectus parent. Right? That's all I need. There you go. It's crossed by the Death card. Look, something happened in this person's life that they saw the light. It's like the Death card crossing the Hermit in this context is like a hallelujah moment. I see the light. Right? Praise the Lord. Okay, what's up? We already have the Hierophant. It was in the pre-shuffle. So they already seeing this as some kind of holy mission to come towards you. I mean, it's very important to this person. It's a big deal. I think they're overthinking it, though. And there's fits and stops. Don't forget what I said in the cut card position. But this is who we're talking about here. What's on top? A 10 of Pentacles. Look at that. Look at the golden retriever. Look at that. Something happened in this person's life. This represents their life. This represents a huge change. This represents a hallelujah moment, because they usually would stop them. They'd overthink it. They'd be afraid. I pull this. It ties directly to this. All right, and this whole row is one little 3-card reading. Red, center, left, right. Technically, these two read together. Same kind of thing. I just pull a couple extra cards here for let's talk to the fickle old gal and go, let's get your final outcome. What's it all mean to you? Right? Why is it? I'm asking why all of a sudden is this person talking about fate and they got trust in the universe has my back. They may not be that type of person normally. It's the type of person who all of a sudden is reading horoscopes, watching tarot readings, and normally they just watch football games and shit. And they don't care about any of that stuff. They think it's a bunch of horse hockey, right? I don't know. Something happened in their life. Why is the 10 of Pentacles here? I hope it's not the dog. Is the dog okay? The 4 of Pentacles. Somebody woke. Well, I can phrase it this. I don't know what happened. I'm not the amazing Kreskin, but somebody woke up one morning. Whoever this person is, I'll just give it to you this way. Don't just catch my drift. You don't have to take me literally. They woke up one morning and realized that they've done nothing with their life. That their life is nothing. Zero. That's it. They walk the dog. They come back. It's stale. There's nothing. There's no magic. There's no anything. Somebody realized they let fear hold them back, the fear of uncertainty. And that's kind of what we've got here. As a matter of fact, I'll be pulling your July readings pretty soon. I'll be doing the July write-up pretty soon. We getting there anyway, another week or so, week and a half, whatever. I know that July, I can tell you in advance, is all about not letting the uncertainty turn you around. I get this. And this transit runs all the way through July, I will tell you. Fuck me, man. That's unreal. All right. Why is the 8 of Cups here? Let's go. Why did they think you were 8 broken cups before? And now they're coming. I want to know about that. I get it. They're coming. We don't need to talk about that. I want to know why my viewer, even though I'm a little miffed that you think I'm third best, okay, fine. We'll have words later, but not on Father's Day. But I want to know why you were 8 broken cups. Why'd they break the cups? Was it you? I don't think so. I don't think so. Did you say something? Did you do something? Do you not wash or something? I think you're probably fine. Why is the 8 broken cups here? Tell me about those 8 broken cups. Why did they have this genuine offer of either friendship or love or closeness in the family, and they just smashed it? Why? It's crossed by the 7 of Wands. Because somebody's just a prick. Well, that's one way to look at it. Somebody here just was very defensive toward your feelings, your connection. They were defensive. The environmental energy was their defensive. Now, if we take it, we look at the other side of this, walking toward the 9 cups, coming towards you, now they want to fight for it. We already know that. I'm not worried about that. I want to talk about the 8 broken cups. They were defensive. They were pissy about it. I get it. Why? What's on top? The Emperor. Burger King. In fact, it was the Emperor originally back in 2021 that started the whole Burger King thing around here. It was an out-of-balance emperor. I told you this emperor is all 4 kings, but I'm only reading King of Wands out of it. In fact, when I look at it, it even looked like a King of Wands. Yeah, it's King of Wands. It's the Emperor. It's somebody here who set in their ways, stubborn, have to have it their way, old Burger King kind of thing, narcissist, can never be wrong. You know, when I say never wrong, sometimes people say, well, we didn't have an argument or anything. It's not about that. It's about changing your life. If you think you're never wrong, then you're living the right life. You will never change direction. And that kind of life ends in regret. You've got to be like water. Take the shape of whatever it's poured into. You've got to be able to say, hey, this isn't right. Hey, what's going on? You know, and make some changes. This person had a problem with that. I don't think they do now. But that's one of the reasons why they were a little emperor. Okay, why is the emperor here? The 9 swords. Yeah. There's a lot of worry attached to this person sharing their feelings. What's the bridging? Yeah, temperance. This person has some kind of, they have some kind, I'm going to say had, H-A-D, past tense. Because I'm just talking about the 8 broken cups here. I know they're coming towards you. I got that. This person had, at the time that they saw you as 8 broken cups and walked away, a real fear, a real anxiety about telling people how they feel, the truth, about being vulnerable. It's a bit of that. Okay? It's nonsense. Or they might have had something they need to tell you that they were afraid to tell you. I mean, it could be something stupid. I mean, it can be. I mean, I have seen people run from good love for a number of stupid reasons. You know, I mean, who knows? It could be any number of things. I'm just saying. That's why you were. It's nothing about you. It was never you. It was them. Well, that's good to know. But now we got 2 soulmates coming together. Somebody who booked it. Let me tell you. Or again, like I said, sometimes narcissistic energy. Before you realize they were wrong, you want to tell them they're wrong. But when you turn around to try to correct them, all they give you is their side of the argument, and then they run. Right? It's the my way or the highway people, the little dictators, right? My way or the highway. Anything else isn't right. You know, that's this emperor energy too. All right, 8 of Wands. So we got communication coming. It could have been like that. You get that a lot in family dynamics. You know, my father never liked being wrong. He never liked it when I corrected him. I stopped doing it at some point. You know, my father, he's a great guy. You know, overall, that's what everybody said. But we were about 70 IQ points apart. And I was on the north side of that. So, you know, I sometimes did correct him, and maybe I was a little condescending at times. I mentioned him here on Father's Day as an apology. Perhaps I was a little condescending at times, but I was just a kid, you know, at that time. But I figured out not to do that. Why? Well, because he could bench press 400 pounds and I couldn't. How about that? How about we put it that way? Because you figure out real quick, maybe I shouldn't correct this person with the temper and the punch like iron. Okay, all right, good enough. That being said, so that kind of thing happens a lot. You know, a lot of times higher ups in your family don't like to be corrected. So if it's a family thing, it could be that. What's going on with the 8 of Wands? What do we got here? What's going on with the 8 of Wands? What's going on? What's going on? What do you want to tell these people, universe? I got them all here for you. Gathered, right? Yeah, we gathered. That's us gathered right here. Oh, it's judgment. I don't know. I want to read it as karma, but it's not. It's judgment. Oh, in the world. Oh, my God. Yeah, this person, these are read together. It's what I said. This person is just not even stopping for stop signs here emotionally. You know, they're not giving the 8 of Swords a second. Not even 1 second. We go from judgment to the world. Somebody here, and then we go to a fool on a new level. See, if we don't get past judgment, we don't get to the world. We get kicked back to the fool on the same level, and we have to repeat past mistakes. Somebody here doesn't want to repeat past mistakes. And the universe is providing an opportunity for that. Okay. This reads a lot. This is an important connection you have. If it is a family member, it's high level. It's not some fucking rinky-dink second cousin twice removed from somebody's. My second cousin's twice removed from my roommate's friend's sister. It's none of that shit, right? It's like mom, dad, at the lowest, aunt, uncle. Okay? But it's an important aunt or uncle if it's family. If it's a love relationship, this is somebody who really hurt you. I mean, you were down for the count. What's on top here? 8 of Pentacles. This is read with the 10 of Wands reversed that wanted to fly out. Good intentions. I think somebody really wants to put the work in here. But I also think, do I want to say that I think they think it's going to be easier than it is? I don't know. Maybe. Okay. If that depends. If this is a cocky person that I'm talking about for you here, you know, a little bit of arrogance with their narcissism, which usually goes hand in hand, but sometimes in certain people it's worse than others. It's a bit of that. Why is that here? The other Hangman. Yeah. Again, this is a message to you that this person here is completely different from what you remember. From the person that ran from you, this little emperor that ran from you, thought you were 8 broken cups, this is a completely different person. I do think they're overthinking a little bit and it's slowing them down. What do we get here? Yeah, the Page of Wands. That ties us right back to our pre-shuffle, where I said I think somebody is overthinking it. I think there's some fits and stops here as we learned from the cut cards. But if you do, I did call it rewind, even though I'm your third favorite. You know, I'm sorry. Rewind, I did say useful communication, right? A useful conversation. It usually is with the Page of Wands, and that's the bridging energy read with the 8 of Wands. Okay? All right. You can look at that. When I pull the bridging energy, you can look at it as I might say these two are bookends. Okay? It's a bit of that. All right. All right. Okay. Final outcome. You wouldn't have wanted, listen to me now, believe me later, hear me some other time. You would not have wanted this person, to have this conversation with this person before this energy. So if you plan to contact this person, whoever it is, or they contact you and it's not, you don't, and the Mars energy hasn't set in, I would not have a conversation with this person before the fucking 19th. I would not. Even though Mars comes in on the 7th, I would give it a couple of days to settle in. Do what you want to do. I'm just trying to help you. All right? But yeah, you wouldn't have wanted them before, but in this energy, this is great. It's fantastic. All right? In this energy, I could have corrected my father and he wouldn't have thrown shit at me. I mean, it's amazing. All right, here we go. Final outcome. What's the final on this for my viewers? Let's clarify. Let's go. Let's clarify. Yeah, it's what I said. It's crossed by the King of Swords. This is good energy for this. A lot of truth. Truth that cuts through cutting through the bullshit. Oh, it's nice. Okay, it's a 6 of Pentacles underneath it. That's even better. It's equal give and take. It's truth on both sides. You could believe in this energy. You could believe what this person is saying to you. Okay? It's fairly honest. I say fairly because people are never completely honest. Anyway, what's on top? The World again. How many times? Didn't we have an extended recently where I said, how many times is the fucking World going to come out? Or some kind of reading or something? The World card is not a common card to come out of the deck. It's about as rare as an 8 of Wands is at Steve's Love Tarot. You know, because this is not Rainbow Unicorn Tarot where they regret it, they turn it around and coming it back. This is only happening because the energy is just right. This person hasn't changed. I don't have a dark night of the soul. I've just got somebody who thinks they've feels like they've wasted their life. And maybe they read a couple of things online and it's just the right energy to reach them, right? If the energy's just right, you can reach a person. You can get them. You know, if you want to convert somebody to your religion, whatever it is, you need to catch them at the right time. If life is going great for them and they're very happy with what their belief system is, you're not going to convert them, right? You want to catch them right when things are down. You can get them when they're low and then boom, bring them right to you. They're more inclined to listen to something that might help them. You know, somebody needs help. You know? Somebody here in this energy, It's just there. I mean, the whole spiritual thing, trusting the universe and fate, it all just makes sense to them. Could be somebody passed, something happened in their life with the death card. Could be somebody passed away. People tend to react to that. It's possible. I mean, it does not what the death card means. It just means something happened, right? Something came to an end. I think how they see their life came to an end. That's what I think. Why is the world here? Look at this. It's unreal. These two guys were over here too. What's the bridging energy? The King of Wands, right? Look, it's perfect. What did I tell you? I mean, I just taught you that when I read a pull of bridging energy, it's like I say these two are bookends. So it's a useful communication, like I said. Now, I've got the King of Wands bookending this. This is who? This is how they were. They've changed in this energy. Divine timing. The energy's just right. Somebody's transformed a little bit. Somebody's ready. It's a good conversation. It's fruitful. Somebody here, again, with the judgment in the world, you got a chance. You got a shot from the universe to take a relationship with somebody. I don't know who. Take a relationship. It could be a small level for you. It might be your favorite bagger at your local grocery store. I don't fucking know. But I think for most of you, this is a very big deal. These are big cards on the table, big energies. You got a chance to take it to a new level. Only because this person is very different in this energy. They're more, can I say more open-minded? Does that make sense? Okay, something like that. All right? Wow. Fuck me. All right, let's go. 3 cards from the bottom and a crossing card. I'm telling you. Ace of Cups, 2 of Cups, overall energies. This is close to Rainbow Unicorn. These last couple of readings have been as close to Rainbow Unicorn as you're going to get around here. Is it going to go perfectly? Are you going to want to rip their head off? Yeah, probably. They hurt you pretty bad. I wouldn't let them get away with it. In fact, you don't have to let them get away with it. I didn't say let them get away with it. Go ahead and rip in. Your truth, right? Equal give and take, 6 of Pentacles. With this truth shit, right? Your truth's going to get heard as much as their truth, so make sure you speak it. All right? Let's go. 3 cards from the bottom and a crossing card. What else you want to tell my people before I go pull some wicked voodoo on this? Let's go. Let's do it. Come on now. Talk to me. What do we got here? Okay. So this is for you, right? We started with you. I always open with some advice for you about the energy, if it's one of these alignment type things or transits, whatever. 6 of Swords. That's nice. Queen of Swords. That's nice. Love geese in the air. And here is our Queen of Pentacles, and that is the fawn from the Page of Pentacles, which came out after the cut. Okay? Somebody's very nervous to deliver some big truths to you. You might be nervous to deliver some big... There's something about this energy. I know it's Mars, right? War, God of War, all that kind of stuff. I got Kisses, God of Thunder ringing in my head. Right? I got it. I get it, but there's something about it that makes you nervous, and it's the Virgo element. It's a byproduct of over-planning, overthinking, using your discernment, maybe being a little too discerning, that kind of thing. So the message for you is you might be a little nervous. Don't be, all right? Be cool, right? You got big things to say, they got big things to say. You both might be a little nervous about saying it. It actually is for the greater good. It does bring 2 geese together. The energy is right. There's a lot of healing here. This Archangel Raphael energy, there's a lot of healing here, right? The geese feel a whole lot better, right? When they leave Manitoba in the middle of fucking October and they get down there, get down to Baja, hang out down in Mexico, chill out in the sun, they feel a whole lot better. You know, it is. I know I got a few viewers that locked themselves in basements for 6 months there, but anyway. At the end of the day here, that's what it's saying. There's a lot of healing that comes here. It's surprisingly, I mentioned, you know, hanging out in Baja and stuff like that. It's more of a vacation than you think it is. It actually, even though you might be nervous about speaking some truths to a few people, all right, one in particular, they're nervous too, but they come out a lot easier. It goes a lot better than you thought. It's an energy of... And this may come up in a energy weather update if I do one this week. In case I don't, right? Because I don't know what Flem the Parrot's got planned for Father's Day. I might be swept away for a few days. I have no idea, right? He got tons of money from all those damn donations. They all say for Flem, so I can't keep them. It's against the law. Fucking bird's loaded. I don't know what he got planned. He could probably take me to Cancun or some shit. Anyway, at the end of the day here, if I don't do an energy weather update, it is one of those weeks where you, or in particular this coming week, where you might make mountains out of molehills. All right? Try not to. Goes surprisingly smooth here, and it's wonderful. There's a lot of healing with it. And I think that probably keeps the energy. I don't think there's anything here that even if it goes smooth and everything goes well, I think you're nervous about everything. There's just a nervous tension with this Mars and Virgo, this particular one. Okay? There just is. That's your reading. I hope it was helpful. If you want the extended, there's probably a couple of links at the top of the description. All right? There you go. That's it. Good luck.